Hey, what's happening, gamers? Welcome back to Star Wars Rogue Leader Rogue Squadron 2. That's a mouthful. It's time for the final bonus levels featuring the New Hope, the Empire Strikes Back, and I think that's it. I think that's it for the bonus levels, actually. But they're really fun. So anyway, in the comment section below, tell us your favorite Star Wars video game secret and why you like it.
Ooh. I know what my secret is.
You're gonna remember this.
To use the Force.
The Millennium Falcon has escaped the Death Star's tractor beam, but is being pursued by TIE fighters. Man the Falcon's turrets as you make your escape.
This is a really fun level that is so addictive.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Like, you could play this for hours. And it's movie authentic.
Come on, buddy, we're not out of this yet. You in, kid? Okay, stay sharp.
Tingles.
Here we go!
Oh, yay! This will be fun.
Alright, so the trick is to be calm.
Don't get cocky.
And do your best to shoot as many of these down as possible.
Oh my gosh, right from the movie. We are in the movie right now.
Yep.
Oh man, this is awesome. This is great.
Now, in order to get gold medal, you have to do this in like a minute.
I just love hearing the movie voices talk.
Yes!
It's just so cool. It's such a great experience. This would be an amazing ride at a theme park.
Can you imagine an HD remake of the Rogue Squadron games? Like, if you can't make a new game...
Me, Luke.
I'm serious though, if you can't make a new game...
Then just remake the old ones and it would be amazing.
Oh my gosh.
I would take that.
We've lost lateral controls.
Oh, there's Leia.
Don't worry. Chill all together.
How do we petition, like, Disney to do it? It's like, we want a Rogue Squadron trilogy for HD remakes.
I think people would be afraid to touch it. They'd be like, I don't want to mess this up.
They've remade pretty much every game.
Yeah, but think about some games they've remade aren't very good, like...
Alright, Leia, I hear ya. Alright, we're almost done.
Well, Leia's being Leia.
Yep. 2 left.
Her job is to basically criticize everything.
So what makes this level different than the other ones, you're controlling the turbo laser with the top button.
Oh, okay.
It's actually kind of cool.
This is such a cool feel to it. It feels like you're actually in the ship. It's awesome. I love how it moves around, too. It's like you're in that swivel chair.
Oh, man. I'm not good when they're just by themselves, though.
Look at that. This is so cool.
Yeah, this was awesome. You know, they actually made a Star Wars arcade game, like, 15 years ago. That, like, had the original trilogy. It had elements of this. It had elements of Rogue Squadron. It had lightsaber duels. It would be really interesting. I'm going to see if Travis can get us a ROM of that. And that would be really fun to do. It's not a very long game, but it was an arcade game. That got him. Hee. Come on, baby.
I wanted the big explosion at the end.
Oh, that took too long. We did that in 2 minutes, so maybe we got silver. Bronze. But I was calm and collective.
I know.
2 minutes and 6 seconds?
You know what, Luke? You got too cocky.
Oh, whatever. I know I've gotten silver on this before. I've never gotten gold.
That's great, Luke. Don't get cocky.
You want to know when I got gold? Is when we played this with 2 players. Me and my dad went through and we got gold medals on pretty much everything because...
Ooh.
Yeah. In Rebel Strike 3, they re-released Rogue Leader as a 2-player co-op game. As a bonus to Rebel Strike.
So that was when your dad played video games.
Yeah, before he got... his migraines got worse and couldn't play games anymore.
Han decides to seek refuge inside a deadly asteroid.
Then I got to play games with you. In fact, I played more games with you than I ever did with him growing up.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We've done hundreds of games together. I lost count. Our channel's full of the games we've done.
This is a legacy of awesome gaming together.
FYI, I'm bad at this level.
The couple that games together stays together.
This is another scene right out of Empire Strikes Back. The escape of the Star Destroyers into the asteroid field.
So it still counts as me playing games with you even if I'm failing, or...
Yeah.
Alright, it counts. I'm trying my best.
I still can't believe we don't have 4,000 videos yet. We've been pumping out so much content over the years. It's because we do shorter series than most people.
Yeah.
But we get to look at more games than they do. We're like the classic game room of Let's Plays.
I think we're in trouble.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we started so much later on our Let's Play channel because we had it on the Nightwing 01 channel for forever. So we have so many series on Nightwing 01 channel that I don't even know if anyone watches those. We get comments on those a lot. All these comments like, where are these guys? Whatever happened to them? It's like, we're still here! We're still here! If only I could find a way to morph all those videos over on the other channel. Well,
Sorry, I'm really bad at this. We're probably gonna have to continue because I love this level, but I'm so bad at it.
alright, Luke. Your first channel started in 2006. Your second channel started in 2012?
Yep.
Yeah, that was 6 years later.
Yeah, and Chugga and Capri Sun and all those other guys started as Let's Players, like, right in the beginning. So we kind of, like, jumped on it, like...
It was 6 years later.
Well, no, because we started doing Let's Plays in 2010. Started doing reviews
but on the other channel.
Yeah. And actually, our Let's Plays weren't every single day either. It was like once or twice a week.
That was the benefit of having everything on one channel.
No! Oh. Asteroids. I know I've said this before, but how would you feel of looking at the old Pierce Brosnan Bond GameCube games?
Okay. Are they bad or they're okay? Oh, okay.
They're Pierce Brosnan. They were rated E and T, but they had such good storylines and really cool controls and gadgets. There was like this weapon called the Q-Claw where you could like Spider-Man around like places.
Cool.
And it had Pierce Brosnan impersonator, I think. I don't remember. They were really good. I have them somewhere. I'm gonna have to look for them. I only have a couple of them though. I didn't get them all because they made like one every other year, like EA did.
Yep.
But they were really good. They weren't as good as GoldenEye, mind you, but they were pretty cool.
Totally.
I mean, unless people don't want to see something like that. I mean, the games are like Agent Under Fire and, oh my gosh, I can't remember all the names. World Is Not Enough, maybe? But Pierce Brosnan was like one of my favorite Bonds.
He was great, and I loved that other show he did with Remington Steele. That was awesome. You know what was so great about that guy? I think the greatest quality of him as a Bond person was his hair. He had great hair. Don't you think?
He would have made a pretty good Batman too, I think.
Yeah, he would have made a great Batman. Oh my gosh. I think Ben Affleck is one of the most, like, he looks like Batman more than any person has ever played Batman.
Ben's having issues at the moment. He's not even going to direct the new Batman movie.
I really liked BVS. I don't care. I mean, I don't understand. I really liked it. It was one of the best movies I've seen in a long time just because it actually, I don't want to say, but, you know, it had morality in it. I enjoy movies that have a moral. There's, like, no movies that make a statement anymore.
I don't get it. We're following our radar. Okay, we should have blown up there. We just went through the asteroid.
Yeah.
So this game isn't without its glitches. I mean, this was, like, bonus material that was thrown in for people. Kind of like, hey, you're enjoying this. Let's give you some more. Dang it.
I mean, this is crazy. I mean, think about a spaceship actually going through an asteroid field. I mean, that's insane. I mean, is Han the only person in the galaxy who's ever done this, or has anyone else made it through?
Shadows of the Empire, I believe the hero of that game also did it.
I mean, people don't normally do this, though, right? I mean, it's insane.
Right.
That's why those people are getting smashed.
Why those people?
Because you never know where asteroids are going to go. They're going all over the place.
Suicide. There's nowhere to go.
We're going to get pulverized if we stay out here much longer.
My thoughts exactly.
We're going closer to one of the big ones. That looks pretty good.
Han doesn't seem to be phased at all.
Nope, it's just another castle run. Alright, they sped that up.
Oh, I know. They got rid of that entire thing.
Well, they had to. I mean, it's a video game.
Minox. This ground seems unstable. There's a lot of moisture in this cave. What's going on? The ground is shaking.
So you know how
This is no cave. Ah, let's get out of here. Okay.
So in Star Wars Rebel Strike, what they did is they encompassed more of the original story, even more. And during the game, they actually use cutscenes from the movie. So, I mean, you have, like, Luke and Han invading the Death Star to rescue Princess Leia, so they have tons of cutscenes throughout that. The only problem that I have with Rebel Strike, one, it's impossible to get medals. Unless you have the Jedi Starfighter. You guys know what I'm talking about. The levels are not really run and gun. They're more like, hold in the button so you have, like, automatic lasers and jump around. Like, it just does not feel like an authentic Star Wars experience. The on-foot levels. The speeder bike level, amazing. The few vehicle levels that you get, very cool. The ground stuff and the lightsaber training, terrible.
Wait, are you talking about this game or
Rebel Strike, the
Rebel
sequel.
Strike. Okay, Rebel Strike.
The game that essentially made Factor 5 kind of in dire straits.
Sadness.
The funny thing is with Factor 5, if they never took on that PS3 project to make them a Rogue Squadron-like game that didn't work because it didn't have the license power of Star Wars, then the other project that they were working on at the same time was the Rogue Squadron trilogy for the Wii. If they would have just focused all their efforts and avoided the PS3 launch, which was terrible, and a lot of companies went under, because of that, they went bankrupt and Sony either bought them or they went the way of the dodo. Factor 5 would still be around to this day making Star Wars content.
So you're saying if they had just done the Wii one for the Rogue Squadron trilogy...
Instead of doing that weird dragon... I have the game. I bought it like in remembrance of Factor 5, but it sucks. It is so bad.
Oh.
Like, it's hard to even see it as the same company.
How can people not tell, like, if their game is terrible? Like, wouldn't they be like, okay, this is horrible, let's not release this? Or maybe it's just like, well, we have to release this because we need it, or...
Well, Factor 5 loved the hardware for the Wii. They realized that it was underpowered, but they never badmouthed it. They were like, well, there's something that we can do. And they announced the Rogue Squadron trilogy at E3, and people went ballistic. Like, they were so happy. And then, like, 2 years later, they went under.
That would have really helped to sell the Wii more, too.
Oh, easily. Do you know how many people
would have bought the Wii just for the Rogue Squadron?
Do you know how well Rogue Squadron 2 sold? Like, it was a launch title for the system, for the GameCube, and it came out, like... GameCube had 3 years of strong software, even though it only sold, like, 25 million units worldwide.
Yeah.
Like, lifetime sales. They had software sales. Dang it! So, I mean, you had games like Rogue Squadron, Perfect Dark, Smash Brothers, James Bond, Metroid, Prime series started on the GameCube.
Well, okay, besides the motion controls, though, like, I just have a question. Would you say the Wii was a better system than the GameCube, or would you just say the GameCube was actually more quality than the Wii, actually? With all the graphics and the hardware capabilities and what it was able to do, would you say it was actually probably... Would they have to dumb down Rogue Squadron to put it on the Wii?
It would have been better on the Wii.
Oh, okay.
Everybody makes the joke that the Wii was like 2 or 3 GameCubes, like, pasted together. And essentially it was. You know, if they would have just tweaked it a little bit more, the system would have been more expensive, and it could have competed with the PS3 or whatever. But Nintendo was always about, like, you know, what is consumer friendly.
Yeah, they wanted families
They're changing that a little bit with the Nintendo Switch. It's going to be a little bit expensive.
I mean...
Oh, we're glitching here. There's no in-game stuff. Han and Leia are supposed to be talking about the garbage chute. It's not playing for whatever reason. That's okay. Sometimes that happens with older games. Like, they didn't also notice how
they pretend to be debris.
Right, and then Boba Fett is supposed to come after them and stuff like that. Dang it! It's fine. It's all in good fun. It's all in good fun. Speaking of fun, we still got some time. I want to do I want to do the turbo laser thing again.
Turbo lasers.
It's fun. It's fun. And then we'll go look at the starships and stuff like that. I want to try to get silver. I think I could do it.
I'm excited.
I don't really want to do the training, because the training is so boring.
Yep.
Like people, I've been reading the comments and they're like, how come you didn't start episode 1 with the training? It's like, the Tatooine training is so boring.
You could make me do the training at the end or something. But it's...
We'll see. We'll see.
I don't think it'll be good.
Don't get cocky.
I won't get cocky, I got this. Just stay calm and shoot stuff. Piece of cake. Now you actually don't have a targeting reticle, like, on this, so you just have to, like, try to make your best judgment. But I mean, George Lucas was amazing, I have to say. I mean, basically, if you think about this scene right here, he took from, like, old World War II movies, from, like, B-17 gunners.
Yeah, wow.
And
That's cool.
the laser fire, if you really think about it, it's like tracer bullets.
I wish there was more of this in the movie, like all the movies, and I wish there was more of this in the game. It is the coolest feeling ever. Like, I would just want a game that's just this. It's just such a cool feeling. It was one of my favorite scenes in the entire trilogy.
Don't worry. Chill all together. Yuri, baby, hold
Especially because Luke, at this point, is a farmer, and he's literally thrown into this trying to help out, and he's like, never done this before. You know what I mean? And then they're fighting for their life in the middle. I mean, this is one of the most exciting scenes, like, ever. It's pretty awesome. And then, of course, you have Princess Leia there basically freaking out and criticizing everything, as usual. Which is fun. She was so much fun. She was the most fun, because usually you have the damsel in distress, and she's just screaming or like, oh no, help me. But this Princess Leia was like, what are you doing, Han? You're insane. You better get this thing together. Like, basically freaking out, and she was acting like a real girl would, you know? It's like, oh, she's cool. Like, you know, she's kind of crazy, but she's awesome. So that was what was so great.
Yes! Come on, Silver. Come on, come on. All right, they're not playing dialogue here either.
I know.
No, I mean, they used to. Dang it. All right, one more.
Are you sure they used to? I know they
Because
did.
of...
I know they did.
I...
Oh my gosh, 4 seconds! If Princess Leia hadn't been yelling in your ear, like, you know.
Come on.
No light speed.
Because of 4 seconds? 4 freaking seconds! Whatever.
Come on, Luke, we're not out of this yet.
Okay, station.
Here they come.
Here they come.
I got it.
Great kid.
Oh man, it's already over. I can't hit these guys.
I love how Luke gets one ship, and then he's like, I got it! And he's like, great. That's great.
There weren't this many ships attacking them though.
No, there weren't. They added so many for this game.
There was a squadron of 6.
Oh, wow. Yeah, this is way more than 6.
Probably about like 15, 20.
But it's crazy because they're all over the place. They're like insects. They're, you know, the way those ships can move, it's insane.
Come on.
You know, how freaky would it be to like be in the middle of space and like have that whole window like moving all over the place? Like, that would make me so dizzy. Sorry, I didn't mean to make you dizzy.
Oh, come on!
Controls.
Oh, we're not gonna get it. This is terrible. Man.
They're coming in too fast.
It's still fun though, but I mean, this is what I hate about, like, when you try to add medals to something, it doesn't become fun anymore. It's like, because you're always like racing the clock and things like that. And I'm not one of those people that can handle the pressure.
I like games that are so hard that it's just, you're just lucky to get barely through it. When you try to do the game so well that you get a medal, it's not as fun anymore. I like barely surviving. And scraping by, that's more fun. Oh, Kitty is here.
No, Kitty, that's not. Don't attack the screen. Those aren't real insects. Those are TIE fighters. Man, I'm just sucking so much. Man. We're not. This is like gonna be the worst one ever. My accuracy is terrible. I haven't taken down The trick that I would say to this level, what it is you have to make sure that you take down so many of them as they come on the screen. Like, when they're off in the distance, it's harder to hit them. So you want to make sure when they come in as a big swarm, you shoot down like 3-4 of them, like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just going to run out the clock. But I mean, this was so well done.
Nice.
But notice how the ship moves and stuff like that. That is, and the window. Did you notice the window of the Millennium Falcon looks like a B-17 bomber?
Oh, okay, cool.
Like where a machine gunner would be?
That's why Star Wars was so cool. It took things that we could relate to.
See, look at that. I took even longer now.
Yeah, and then they added it in space. They made it like things we remember, so we could feel like we knew what it was like to be in space.
As promised, I'm going to show you guys some of the unlockable ships that are in this game that you can get from a cheat. Because Rogue Squadron had amazing cheats. All right, let's get to the Razor level.
You know what? That's probably why Star Wars is so cool, because there's things that are familiar in it to things we know on Earth, whereas most sci-fi movies are just everything is totally different.
Okay. You ready for the tour?
Yeah.
Now, I did not unlock the car because it ruins the A-Wings, and I don't want to ruin the A-Wings. But over here, next to the X-Wing, you can see a Naboo Starfighter.
Ooh.
That's Anakin's Naboo Starfighter.
It's kind of cool.
Because remember, this movie came out during the prequels, like this game.
Oh.
This is the Millennium Falcon,
which is kind of, I don't understand. It's inaccurate to have the prequel ships look sleeker than.
They don't look sleeker. Did you see how beat up that thing looked?
Oh, okay.
It was ancient looking.
All right, you're right.
I mean, Factor 5 was like, well, if we're gonna have one of these ships,
oh yeah, you're right. It would be older because it would be way old.
See? There's Vader's TIE, the TIE Advanced.
It is accurate.
This is one of my favorite ships to use during the game because of the heat-seeking missile cluster, which is an easy gold medal. If you guys really, really, really want to see it, I could do an hour stream getting as many gold medals as possible using Vader's TIE in the story. But it's something I have to know that you guys and gals want to see, because literally as soon as we finish this, we're going to go start our next project, which is Lego Batman on the Nintendo DS. Which I can't wait to play. That's going to be so much fun, because we're hyping up the Lego Batman movie, which comes out very, very soon. Oh my gosh. Alright, so as you can see with the Naboo Starfighter, this thing is all old and rusty and damaged. It came through battles. You can see like the blaster damage on it. This is not a pristine vehicle. And unfortunately, I do not have the N64 prequel, like kind of Naboo Starfighter game. It wasn't very good. It was not done by Factor 5, I believe. It was basically like a cheap Rogue Squadron imitation, and it was lame.
That was such a cool scene.
Attack the shield generators. Once the shields are down, we can attack the command deck.
Alright, let's see how the Naboo Starfighter does. And I don't care about finishing this level. We're just showing off the Naboo Starfighter and saying goodbye to Star Wars Rogue Leader.
Aw, sadness.
Awaiting your orders, Wedge.
Let's get blown up!
Okay, guys. Let's form up.
Whee!
Copy that.
You guys are my sacrificial pawns.
Okay,
so,
guys.
the lasers of the Naboo Starfighter are actually faster than an X-Wing.
We've got to protect the fleet at all
But
costs.
they're about as powerful as a TIE fighter. If you notice the laser fire from a Naboo Starfighter, it's that of a Republic ship,
Yeah.
which we know the Republic became the Empire.
Right. Yeah. I still don't understand why their ships look, even though it's beat up, it looks sleeker than the...
It doesn't look sleeker, it's all damaged.
Look at how it's like curved and like colored, and the ones from like the Star Wars 4, 5, and 6 are like all gray and with...
Because they're hand-me-downs. Even though the ship is like 20, 30 years old by the time of, you know, the New Hope and Empire Strikes Back timeline, which I've never understood, like, the whole Star Wars universe thing. Like their timing or whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of messed up because they make the prequels.
It's 20 or 30 years.
They put the prequels too far in the past.
No, they put it too recent.
Oh, okay.
Because the kids are born right at the end of the Clone Wars. And then by the time they're 20 or something like that, you have the New Hope or whatever. So, I mean, it's only about 20 years later. So it makes sense that the ship would be in a little bit better shape than some of the others, but...
Yeah, I just don't understand.
Why is it not blowing up?
I understand your explanation, it still doesn't make any sense.
But I always wanted
Let's form up.
Star Wars, like,
Copy that. Forming on your
based on how old Vader looks, I didn't want him to be like this 20, 30-year-old guy during the Clone Wars. I wanted him to be much, much older.
Yeah.
Because he sounds like a very old voice.
It does. Yeah, he has a great voice.
So when they were talking about the Clone Wars...
He could have had a tremendously long...
Right.
I mean, even though James Earl Jones isn't, like, he's not tremendously old, he can make the way he made his voice sound like it was very old.
And they also...
We're going after
They gave the impression, like, in the original trilogy that Obi-Wan and Anakin were the same age. You know? Like when they fought together during the Clone Wars?
Yes, they did. They did give that impression. And I just feel like they kind of threw it all together.
Because even
the last one underneath.
Sir Al Guinness says, you know, Anakin was like my brother.
Exactly. Not like a whiny kid that he just slashed in half.
Exactly.
Randomly. And also, they should have had a tremendous amount more. To the amount that Alec Guinness talked about all of the stories that he had, all of the great wars he was through. Really, you go to the prequels and he's an apprentice, and then he kills one dude, and it's over. How is that all the great wars? He should have been in all these.
Well, that's what the Clone Wars TV show was. That's why it was so good.
Yeah, I mean, it's just stupid that they didn't have more of... I thought it was going to be... Okay, this is what I thought. I thought Luke Skywalker was the main character of 4, 5, and 6. I thought Obi-Wan was going to be the main character of
I did too.
1, 2, and 3. I did not think they were going to do this whole thing with Anakin. I thought he was going to be a side character, a villain on the side. I thought the hero was going to be Obi-Wan. And this is why I was so disappointed, and this is why I hate Star Wars to this day, and why Rogue One made up for it, but I'm still upset. Because, you know why? Because, that guy, I forgot what his name is, was the best actor in all 3 of the prequels, and he could have been...
Ewan McGregor?
He could have been the main character.
Oops.
And it would have been amazing. Yeah, he would have been amazing.
That's why you're supposed to protect the frigate.
Sorry, I just did my Obi-Wan speech. He should have been the main character, and they messed up.
Anyway, guys and gals, we did not protect the friggin' frigate.
Sorry.
It's gone. But that is the end of our Star Wars Rogue Squadron
Yay!
series.
Sorry, I had to rant. I always seem to rant.
Here you can check out past videos from our Rogue Squadron series, and in the comments section below, tell us your favorite Rogue Leader episode and why you liked it. Make sure you tune into this channel for LEGO Batman on the DS and the LEGO Batman Dimensions Pack, coming out on February 10th. Until we meet again, God bless and happy gaming.
See ya!